should be good.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear us. We can just have to speak up a tiny bit, but we're good.
Okay, cool. So there's a delay.
Yeah, it's like I think it's 15 seconds.
Crazy. Which is like it gets these lag spikes and then it speeds up. It's purple.
It actually looks pretty smooth on here, though. It's kind of like recording on Fraps. Alright, I'll do a backup update.
Whoa, did that get stronger or was that from a lag?
It's probably just like...
Let's see if I can get back up there. That's not gonna happen. If you got nervous.
Alright, so what are we doing? Alright, this is just a playthrough, and at the end you can check out what I started to do, but didn't finish.
Playing in slow motion is fun.
Alright, so... Oh, so I realized something. So you know how everyone thinks that... First we had the green bouncy pads. Everyone thought that was toxic slime or ooze or something, or poison. They killed you.
Yeah.
And then when we were in North Carolina, we changed it to orange. And then
people
everyone...
thought it would kill you.
And people still thought it would kill you. And then we changed it to purple, and people still think it'll kill you.
It's probably the texture. Texture's running and it looks like some kind of liquid and that's my guess.
Well, alright, so remember a couple months ago we thought we needed to come up with a way to have like something very thin that would kill you? Remember? Because you had lots of areas
Yes.
that, yeah, so like we failed at conveying a bouncy pad, but we found something that works to kill you.
True.
So like all the areas where you have like a really thin thing where the fire crawl won't work because there's not enough space, then we can go back to the green whatever. I mean the green's like kind of... Alright, so yeah, I want to replace that one maybe with this. I moved that one thing over. Like, so you can do it actually without anything there. I was thinking maybe that ice up there is the only thing. Sometimes you swing and hit up there. There's nothing to grab on.
Okay.
So maybe we change that back to regular rock. Also, it kind of might be cool if there's a way you could just swing along the ceiling without the circles. Just by doing double swings. Like, is right.
Yeah, if we had one more of these.
Yeah, I mean, especially if that rock there was. But yeah, so alright, so we failed at conveying the bouncy pads, but it's sort of like the guy that was trying to invent some like really strong glue, and then he ended up making really really bad glue, and then he ended up creating the what was it, Post-it stamps.
Ah, yes.
Right. So we failed at making something that looks like a good bouncy pad, but yeah,
we win anyway.
We win anyway, yeah.
Because we make the rules.
So anyway, but it's a good thing we had all these people play it and tell us. So we still need something for a bouncy pad. I mean, someone suggested like mushrooms. Like we talked about that before. It's kind of like been done, the bouncy mushrooms.
True. Super Mario.
Yeah. So we could think of something else, but
actually, this is still going to be a demo version, right? So this is
yeah.
still...
All right. So the other, I mean, maybe we'll work on this later, but for sure, people when they get to this beginning part, they don't realize, they don't see the art here, I guess. Like, we want to change this because when you first start the game, the first thing you want to do is play with the tentacles. Like, we figured that out.
It just has to be a dark room.
Yeah. So that art there is wasted, and then the next set of art is also wasted because you just fall past it. Yeah, like literally no one sees this art here. Like even like Christian never even saw it. Or you didn't even see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, so even the people that like know how to play, yeah, like you don't even see that. So we have to change that. And then I want to do the different beginning. Maybe we can do that. Maybe you can build it?
Yeah.
Tonight?
I could do that.
Alright. So what do we want to do? Build stuff or look at the hub?
Let's look at the hub.
Alright, look at the hub.
Alright.
Alright, so if anyone... So there was a project update like a week ago where I swung through this... like the next area after the... swung through the next area after the tutorial, and it was really rough, and I was basically just giving notes to Alex, the artist, and so now we're going to look at what he's changed since then. He's only worked on it for like a day and a half because we were spending the rest of our time on marketing, but we'll see what he accomplished in a day and a half, pretty much.
Was that lag?
Hey, what did you say?
Was that lag?
I mean, on here it doesn't look so bad on this actual stream. I mean, it's not great, for sure. Alright, yeah, so we have this actual... Now we have an actual, effect there, so that looks, obviously...
If we explore it?
You can try. I mean, you can... I don't know if you want to try to break it.
You could try to break it.
Should we tell people?
That it's breakable?
Yeah.
No.
Alright, well, look, so... This is supposed to be a hard lock, but it is... it is not a hard lock. You got on the first try. That's
yeah, that was bad.
Alright. Oh, wow. Why did you wasn't even supposed to build any of this. I didn't really saw this before.
And some of this is leftover from when I handed it off to him.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I never saw this before. I mean, I didn't even think any art was going over here yet because you can't get there yet. You're not supposed to be able to get here yet because that's supposed to be a hard lock and not a soft lock.
Exclusive footage.
Alright, well... So wait, you made all this art?
No, this is mostly Alex.
Oh, so you do come back down here. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, and you land right in there perfectly. Cool.
Oh, nice. I like the way these look.
Yeah, that looks a lot better. I mean, it's still... There needs to be more lighting here. Like, the ice is still... doesn't pop, I guess. I mean, I don't know if he wants to work on the ice more. It's too dark, I guess. I mean, like, before, in the other spots, we make it really brightly lit, and it's obvious.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So where's the thing supposed to be? Up there? There?
What thing?
Like the pickup.
There's gonna be one here, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we just have to work out how we do the pickups, because like what if you... Like we haven't worked that part out. I mean, we're gonna... Obviously that's like one of the first things we have to talk to Christian about, is... It's like what if you never got that, but then you went somewhere else and got an upgrade for it?
Yeah, it has to... Let me think, what was that one supposed to... I know I labeled it somewhere. I don't know if I labeled it on this level. But there's one right here too. This... I'm not quite sure about either, but... revisit it later.
Wait, what?
That's supposed to be like a pickup area or something.
Where?
Well, I can't get to it now. Well, maybe I can. I don't know. I'm not gonna get up there.
Where?
That area at the top right.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, do that. I still can't do that.
I can't either. Alex is the only one.
Really? Christian can do it.
Oh, really?
I can't do it at all. I thought you could do it.
I can do it sometimes. I can do it on a PlayStation 3 controller.
Yeah, so do you think this spot is okay or not?
No, it's definitely gonna be easier.
Okay. Alright. People say they can hear us pretty well, but maybe not perfectly, so let us enunciate.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, so what do we do here?
Right here seems good. I mean, it's...
This is not clear at all. Like, it's hard to tell that rock you're on you can grab and not the one that's, like, right...
True, this area is not necessarily...
Whoa, what?
That's a hole.
Okay. That is not good. Are you stuck?
Might be.
Yeah, Alex must have just added this in. I don't know. Clearly, this is not designed by you, I guess. Or was it? Are we just blaming Alex for things?
It's all Alex's fault.
It's all Alex's fault.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, that's not... This area still needs some work for sure. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to do that. Like, you're gonna have to figure that spot out.
Yeah, I'll probably just put a line there that doesn't let anybody in there. I don't know if you can hear that. Alright, now this area is pretty cool.
You can't say it's pretty cool about your own stuff.
It's the best.
It's like a.
There's nothing like it.
This would be like oh, you go back to the right and see if that's fixed, because before this spot was weird. I mean, because it looks like it's wood, but it's ice. Oh, so he actually changed the physics? You hit select? Oh, yeah, okay. You put it on board. Yeah, before it was just ice. There was no board there.
Oh, this wood is so... It's just cool.
Stop saying that.
I mean, it's... The viewer can decide for themselves whether or not this is worthy of any compliments.
Alright, I want to see what he did over to the left. Yeah. So, like, all these, like, looping things you have up here, like, how do you get over there?
Well, accidentally is one way.
Alright. Oh, I see. Alright. So it's like a mistaken...
It's like...
It's just like conveniently ended up to be like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, it's the purpose of
How
this
about
is...
how about up there to the right?
Oh. Do you want to go up there?
Yeah, I mean, what's up there? I mean, is there any purpose to go up there?
Actually, there is. It is a secret.
Okay.
Would you like me to tell you?
Yeah, what is the secret?
Well, the secret is, if you want to go up there, well, first you come over here and you see it and you're like, wow, well, gee, how do I get up there? Can I do this?
No. If you can't do it...
Someone clever could. I could do it.
You can do it. Okay.
Alright, so that's how you go. That's one way.
Alright, so it's just a...
Quick way back to the beginning.
Okay. So it's just supposed to be a fast backtrack.
Yes. It's a fast backtrack, but it also, for the first time through here, you're learning, you're still getting used to having two tentacles, and we want to give users practice, and if you're at this point and you're still making some fundamental mistakes like...
Okay, but if it's a fast backtrack, then go from here to the right without going above and see if it's any faster.
Go from here to the right?
Yeah, go from here to the right without taking the bottom path. So then the bottom path should be harder or slower or something.
Wait,
or did you think about that?
So you don't want me to swing, you want me to take the bottom of this thing?
Either way. I'm saying either way, if the top is a secret, then it should be easier and faster. If it serves no other purpose than just a backtrack.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oops.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like it's that much
Well, that one.
better.
That one makes you start over. So I
What do
don't
you
have
mean?
the proper skills to get through this area, so I gotta try again. Oh, jeez. Alright, so at the end of this area.
Alright.
Now I want to...
Okay, so up there's the door. I kind of don't want it there.
Okay.
Just because we've already used it.
Oh.
We've already done the door.
Tentacle hard lock.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like, oh, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even need a hard lock, necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I mean, we could just redesign it so it looks cooler at least, but... I mean,
you can make it a glowing door.
No, I mean just like a cooler door, but still, the point of this game is not to have... The point of this game is not to have doors and keys, but to have physical puzzles, you know? And like, once you did that, that was like, alright, so the first one was a door, which I'm okay with because it's just like an introduction in the tutorial. and it's like easier for someone to understand. It's like, all right, I got it. But after that, like, I feel like we should be doing cooler stuff than that.
It is a level entrance. Yeah, I wasn't sure. So, for instance, Metroid does a lot of. This door is opened exactly the same as the last door, and that door, and that door, and so I was kind of thinking, is this going to be a thing we see throughout the game? But I guess it gets repetitive, so...
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just not have a door at all. I mean, in terms of the locks, it's just...
I mean, a puzzle would be good, actually, right here, because... You figure you got to this area, and now you're at the end, and what is this? That's what they should be saying. They should be intrigued. They should want to go further, but not be allowed because something is in the way.
Yeah. I mean, how many other 2-tentacle hardlocks are there? There aren't that many.
Not too many. I can work on more.
The
vertical... something like this that's a little more clever. Like, not exactly the same as this, but same fundamental principle where you have two switches that you gotta pull at once, but perhaps one is stuck, so you gotta go around, or something is blocking your ability to grab it, so you gotta unblock it.
Oh, we're almost at 43,000. Need 35 more bucks.
Nice.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, the point of this area is that it does open up into this, like, central hub, but at the moment, you're supposed to just basically go from the tutorial along where you're just swaying to level 1, basically. So it's like the illusion of non-linear, but it really is linear.
Well, this is an explorable area too. There is a secret. I don't know if you saw
secret.
it. All right, let me see if I can get to it.
But is
so you have this little force field. Oh, by the way, it requires boost, so you use boost right there.
Oh.
And it brings you up in that area.
Oh.
So that could be a...
Okay, so this is that area up there does have some purpose.
Yes. But the rest of this now, I'm not sure if we should do something different with this bottom area, because this is not so bad. It's essentially a ball return. So
yeah, I mean, I get that part for when you're going right to left here.
Yeah.
Just to instead of killing you. All right, but that secret up there is cool, so we can put something up there, some sort of upgrade or something.
Yeah, probably for boost, preferably, because
yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to, because push pull's a pain in level 1.
So no, you could do that with push pull. Maybe.
Nah, you can't push all
Is
the
it ice? Oh yeah. Are you sure there's you
could change it. Could make it slippery, non-ice. But then you would slow yourself down. I don't know if that can be really done at that speed. Requires experimentation. But other than that, I mean, there's that. No. I've done this before. It can't be done.
Oh man! All right, so how did you get that so easy? Let me try it. So he didn't change. How did you do that? You just swung, right?
No, you didn't have it. It's not easy.
Like for me, there's no way I could do this. I mean, I tried it a lot before.
You have to grab onto the very edge, then you have to push back so that you exactly like that. So you extend your tentacles, and then
oh yeah,
exactly.
Well, okay, that was easy.
Actually, I was gonna head to the right. Oh.
Oops.
Oh, nice.
Alright, you do it.
Alright, I'll try. Oh wait, you got up there.
Alright, so that's way too easy.
Yeah. It's gonna have to be fixed.
Okay, so assuming that is actually a hard lock, you wouldn't be coming here this early.
Correct.
So then what's up there?
Well,
Oh, don't tell me. Wait, should you tell me? I don't know.
You can tell me, or I can tell you. It's.
I mean, you can tell. I mean, I know, but I'm saying, should we tell other people?
Do they want to know?
No, it doesn't matter.
Alright.
So that's level what up there?
Let's see. This is level 3, 4.
Level 3. Okay. So wait, the only way to get to level 2 is from the level 1 mini hub?
Yes. So this would be level 3 up here, and then late in the game.
So is that a?
This would be the last.
So if
area.
you take a level 3, you have to get there. You just need push pull to get there, right?
No, you can actually get there without push pull.
Oh.
You gotta be clever.
How would you? That looks pretty hard.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, how does push pull help you even?
Well, you can grab on from the inside and then just easily push yourself up when you're within range.
Yeah, just.
But other than that, you have to.
You mean just do like a handstand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is just so there would be a portal. It's right there that would catch this. So you just bounce on the bouncy pad and it pushes you up.
Sure. Sorry, so that'd be level 3. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We don't have to like label the levels level 3 because after level.
It's just an area, but
yeah,
we give it a number because we're organized.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can play. You don't just because you don't have to play those levels in numerical order. Just so what do we call it? We should come up with different names. So because if you give it numbers, people will think that it's linear and you have to play it linearly. So we should come up with different labels for them.
Well, the purpose of the numbers was because it is like sort of the main path, like the path of least resistance.
No, but it's not.
Well, I mean, if you can't get this to this area easily, so it's
how is it?
It's
I mean,
more heavily
once you
resistant.
have push pull, it's no easier or harder than anywhere else.
Oh yeah, but then it's easier to get to at that point. So that's the path of least resistance. If you get to it before you have push pull, it's harder. So you're
Right,
more
you're not going to get to it before you have push pull.
Yeah, if we fix that. Are we fixing that?
Yes.
Or are we leaving it? Alright, yeah.
It's way too easy. I didn't even realize. I mean, now that I know the trick, it's like way too easy. And yeah, I don't think. So you should be able, level 3. You can do. Yeah, you should have to have level 3. Should have push pull puzzles in it. Yeah, that was the whole point. Because then we can't. Level 3, level 5. If you make it so that it's if you make it so it's a soft lock, then level 3 and level 5 would have to have. Couldn't have push pull puzzles.
Correct.
Because then you'd be like halfway through level 3, you'd find a push pull hard lock, and then you'd be like, oh, I have to go all the way back. Yeah, that would be terrible.
It would. But if we don't include any of those hard locks, then you can beat, for instance, level 3 before you beat level 1, and then you can get like boost. So then you can beat level 4, and then you can use boost when you go back to level 1.
Oh my god.
Or go into level 5.
That's true. I mean, just obviously we want it to be as non-linear as possible. It's a Metroidvania, and you should be able to like go different. levels and get the abilities in whatever order, but I think our one goal was that you play level 1 before you do all that stuff.
As a tutorial, but speedrunners.
Yeah, speedrunners. Alright, you want to go... We've pretty much gone through all this. You want to go to a different level, or do you want to work on that little spot, or what?
What little spot?
The little spot at the top of this area that's messed up.
The one that I'm about to reach?
No, where you just came from. Above the gear.
Yeah, let's do the mini hub. That's more exciting.
The mini hub?
Yeah. Was that the other option? What was the other option?
Level 1 mini hub, level 1 mini hub, or fix that thing.
Mini hub.
You want to go to the mini hub before level 1?
Alright, level 1.
Alright. Okay, so I played this for like 2 minutes before. It looks like it launched you into the middle of the level, not the start, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, did you see where the pickup is in the middle?
Yes, that has to be changed. That's... yeah, alright. Okie dokie. Did I screw up the lighting here?
Probably.
Oh no, it's not terrible.
Alright, so this area has not been touched by an artist, only by Justin level designing.
Yes.
So
admit it, you all love it.
yeah, this is not final art. It's just there. It's just laid in as like a level 0 base coat. And there is an invisible swinging pendulum thing.
It's a feature.
Does that have a light on it?
Yes. It's to give it that awesome moving light effect.
Oh, we got to 43,000.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. 14 hours. Oh my god.
I'm wondering, can people see this? It's
What?
probably a little dark.
I can see it alright. Sort of. Can't really tell what's going on, but...
I believe there's no light.
yeah, just leave this on. Alright, so yeah, there's no light in this area, and there's no effects, so these yellow boxes are force fields that push you in a particular direction, but without the effect, you don't know which direction that's going to push you. I do like the changes you made here compared to before. The one on the left, when I played it, was a little bit hard. It's not that hard. I mean, can you go back to the left? Alright, so yeah, this jump I thought was kind of hard to go to the left, up to the left. I mean, it's not that hard, it's just, I know it's not hard for you, but one, I like this, how that does that. So it's like once you make it, it's easy. Yeah. So that was like kind of rewarding. But yeah, the first jump was kind of hard just because it's so narrow a ceiling. It's really have to get the flick, and you can't like let your tentacles extend down. But yeah, I don't know.
Who's gonna be outside?
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? We could put a giant billboard there with words that say outside.
Yeah. you supposed to? You're supposed. Okay, this is art by Justin. Art and lighting by Justin.
Oh, no, I'm in a wall.
You're in a wall?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm in a ceiling.
I can't wait to get my hands on this.
It's done, let's ship it.
Yeah, ship it. It's clearly done. So you don't even have, there's no infinite light. I mean, you could just copy and paste infinite light from one of the other levels. That would probably help.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, might want to start out all your levels that way from now on.
Yeah, I could do that. Could do this.
No, that one's ugly as sin. Because it's non-directional. It's like, that's like a true infinite light. Go into like the tutorial.
I can create one. Here we go. Infinite lights.
But
Should I have one right here? What kind is this?
I would just copy Alex's one. Like, it's
Alright.
all tuned, obviously, from the tutorial.
Which one?
There should only be one on. It's probably that one. The one pointing up, I think. Just check if it's on. Check, click node. Yeah, it's that one.
There we go.
Oh, much better. Hooray.
Ruins the art style I was going
Yeah,
for.
the art style is it looks so beautiful.
You can see all the flaws.
Any 2.5D sequences or effects planned. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. 2.5D sequences or effects.
Like cinematic sequences?
I don't know. So, okay, so I have a question. What is that thing that's supposed to be, that pendulum thing?
It could be a lantern. It could be...
Okay, but it doesn't have a, it has no...
Purpose?
No, not purpose. It doesn't have the chain.
Correct. Right now it doesn't have a chain.
So...
Right now it's a light source that's supposed to catch your attention so that you can see that there is this sort of path that goes up, and it's supposed to look cool.
Okay, but so...
And it's supposed to grab your attention for over here.
Okay, but
No.
if it's supposed to have a chain, then it needs to have a chain.
Yeah, it's attached right there.
Okay, but I mean, once you give this to us, if it doesn't have a chain, then we're not going to put a chain, because we're going to be like, that's not what you meant. Because then we're changing the level design.
Yeah, this is an unfinished level.
I know, but I wanted you to finish it, and I could start putting art on it.
Right. I'll put a lantern on there.
Alright, I mean, yeah, if it's supposed to be a lantern, that's fine. It's just, that's not what it is right now. Because it doesn't have a chain. I mean, what it is right now would be some sort of magical thing without a chain. I don't know.
It's an orb.
Alright, so someone is asking if, I think what he's asking is if there's going to be, like, things affecting the player not in the 2D plane, pretty much. Is that, I think that's what he's asking. And the answer is, no, yeah, not really.
In order for that to happen, we need to enable the 3D physics engine, which is will be a separately running background element.
Whoa, why did I just shoot you down?
Ugh.
Why did I shoot you down?
I think I hit the ceiling. And essentially the 3D node combined with the 2D node, it's a fairly expensive process, and unless we can come up with enough good reasons to have it in there, like we could maybe build a level that makes use of it, but I could see, for instance, let's say 3D giant worms that come from the background and into the foreground. Let's see. Is that camera frozen? Oh no, it's just delayed. Something from the background that just right at the player, and you gotta try and you see it coming from the background, and then you try to move out of the way before it gets you. You could do something like that with a 3D. I don't know, it's not called a node, but it's like the box 2D node. We need that to enable the box 2D physics. I don't know, but with both of them running, it's a costly process. So until we have good enough reason for it, there's no current plans for it. But it is something I've experimented with, so could happen.
Like, alright, so someone is asking about the world editor, so just, like, go into it and, like, show them, like, so all you do is hit tilde, or, yeah, tilde, and then control open, and there you are, world editor.
Control Shift P. Well, control open if you're,
yeah. And it's definitely more...
It's definitely easy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. Some of it is, like, not as easy for artists.
Yeah, if you wanted to get right into the nitty-gritty of level design with this, you can just work with the 2D physics, which... So you could do, like, a change shape node. Where's the node? Oh, okay, yeah, that's the node. Frame selection, and then let's.
If you're gonna do this, why don't you go fix that other area in the hub instead of just randomly doing something?
Okay.
Either fix the area in the hub or fix that thing in the tutorial at the end of the tutorial. Pick one.
Another tutorial?
Yeah, the end of the tutorial. Like, I kind of want to...
That last final area?
Yeah.
Or the beginning area of that contraption area?
Well, let's start with just the hub. That's pretty simple. If you just wanted to show someone, like, you know, change shape mode or something.
Alright, so problem with this level right now.
Alright, so apparently we're going to do a little work now because yeah, there's something here that needs to get fixed, and if you guys are interested in the world editor and the engine, then you can sort of like see us working with it.
Alright, well right now I only have one tentacle, but it's still... At this stage of the game...
You should be able to get across easily with one tentacle.
Yeah.
Another person's going to struggle even with two.
Yeah. This is definitely way harder than I make it look.
Yeah, you're so great. Okay, so yeah, clearly up there's something wrong with that area up there. You get stuck.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
So yeah, this gap is a problem, and then...
wait, let me demonstrate it.
I mean, the art is not the issue right now. But yeah, this jump is too hard. It's like wide and up.
I can't do it. I've lost my mojo.
You're so bad.
Oh, I did it. Yeah, this.
Alright, yeah, then you can get stuck here, like, real bad.
There already is a model there.
I mean, what's the point of this area in the first place? I mean, we just block this whole thing off.
Well, yeah, that needs to be blocked off.
I mean, there's the model there, so just move. Just copy the ice and move it over there. Alright, so yeah, like the annoying thing that we have working around, I guess, is that the physics things that you actually collide with and interact with, and then the art, which the art is just art, you know, without a physics line saying, you know, I should collide with this because it's a wall, or saying, you know, I shouldn't be able to attach this because it's ice, or I should bounce off this because it's a bouncy pad, or this should kill me because it's a death zone. The geometry doesn't know that stuff. It's not like attached. So we're still like attaching art to physics things so that we can build the levels out faster, but at this time we still don't have a lot of prefab stuff, so there's times where we have the geometry and then we have to like lay the physics stuff on top of it. Or actually the way we're doing this, we're doing the physics stuff first and then laying the art on top of it. But either way, we're trying to like streamline that so that for the most part when Justin builds a level, like the base layer of art is there, which is why you see that in that last level we were playing there was like some not so great art, but there was art there. And yeah, just so there's a starting place and that we're not like
light turns off there.
Who?
Light, the center of it where the light is emitted from just barely goes under that model.
Yeah, you're inside of it. So you need to move the lines over. Is this lagging in here or what?
It hasn't.
Alright, well, at least you're not going to get stuck.
Yeah.
Alright, so what about that gap?
This one,
Right, so then, yeah, so they're just saying how we don't have that much prefab stuff, so then that's a piece of geometry and the physics line already there, so it's easier to copy and paste that. So the more and more work we do, the more like prefab stuff we have. And then obviously we need to vary things so that we're not, you know, everything doesn't look copy pasted. But yeah, it's nice when you can just like put the art and the physics together in one shot and not have to worry about like, you know, is this rock gonna collide well with the player or not?
still a big gap. It's been closed now.
Let me try. Yeah, it's alright. You can do it with one tentacle. So, alright, so when you come out of the bottom there, you shoot up and go all around the circle, right?
Correct.
And when you come from the top right over there, where do you shoot around?
You take that path. You shoot out of this, and you land in there. That doesn't get in the way. Come
Okay.
on, just under it.
Alright, so then is there any so these bouncy pads here don't really serve any purpose on the left, other than they're just there, right?
True. They no, I mean, if that was just a regular wall, you would have slid to the very end. If you missed that, you could end up down there. So it's good to have, at least in this area. In this area, it could go, because it's not necessary.
Now I'm just thinking, like, in terms of once you get here and you're trying to go back up, like, this is a climb.
Yeah.
It might make sense to angle some things
Yeah,
so
we
it's a
could do
bit
that.
easy to climb up.
Do like one right here. We just need one right there. It's angled perfectly to get.
Or maybe something where, like, there's a event that shoots you up here, but then, like, we cut into this rock right here so that you can go from, like, so when you're coming down, you can go from, like, right where I am now to, like, over here. So you go along top of the vent, you go to the right of the vent, but then when you come back up, there's, like, a vent here that shoots you up. You see what I'm saying?
No.
Alright, so wait, I'll just show you with my fingers. No one else will be able to see what I'm pointing at because I'm pointing at this monitor, but... Alright, so... Right here, if I got to, like, around here, there'd be a vent that would shoot me up. So I wouldn't have to, like, try to climb up here. So, like... So there'd be a vent that goes, like, up here, shooting me up. And
Okay.
then... So there, right now, there's this, like, this second path over here that comes down here. So I'm saying that, like, we cut out
so then
here.
Like, it curves out and goes up into that, and then comes down.
No, the vent just shoots straight up here. But for me to get down here, I'd either have to, like, crawl my way down, or I could just, like, swing. We cut through here.
Okay.
So then
Yeah.
you'd swing over here and then go down here,
Yeah.
and then the vent would shoot you back up that way.
we can do that.
I mean, I think that would be easier.
Gotta write it down.
Do it right now!
Can't. That's a lot of work. That's...
What? That's like 5 minutes of work.
Nope, that's not.
Just do it right now. I can do it right now.
Well, I mean, it's gotta be. That's the. Let's see. So.
Just do it. Do it.
I mean, you got the bouncy pads there. You got all the art there. It's so. Let me get this straight. So you want the vents in this area. This is the emitter. So like where this emitter is, it's basically a vent going up, pushing you up against.
Is that an
down this
emitter or a bounce pad?
Right now it's an emitter. The bounce pad is right here.
Okay. Yeah, so basically where the emitter is, it would be a jet. A force field pushing you up. And
Alright.
then you basically just raise this block up a little bit and push this block over a little bit. That's pretty much it.
Alright.
Alright, this is a challenge for Justin. Remake part of the level as fast as you can. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact right now. I mean, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be really sloppy.
See, now you're not using prefab.
Well...
If you're using prefab art, then it was easy, but you don't follow.
Gotta... Right, so...
Just build out on those rocks. I think I'm gonna overtake you in the speed building.
Well, you know what you want. So do you want to build it?
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Hey, you do the force fields. You know what I want from. I mean, the force fields. You're better at that stuff because it's all physics stuff. Actually, the most thing I'm excited about this Kickstarter being over is getting to work on the game again. I haven't worked on the game in a while.
Yeah, me too.
Is that just a mirror?
Well, it's the whole field.
Oh, it's got a field?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not just that, though.
What?
Well, these aren't going to be bouncy pads anymore, right? See, like, something like this has to be here. It's going to be emitting something, and I'm assuming the emitter is just going to travel along this whole thing. So, gotta get rid of all the bouncy pads, gotta replace them. Well, we could just do the really bad shortcut and just turn off the bounciness.
Is that all it is? Oh.
Unfortunately, should be that. We'll delete these emitters.
Pew pew. What is? Oh.
Alright, it's gonna start there, so this is gonna be a wall.
Why is that a wall?
Because it can be.
Okay.